In the heart of a vast, unforgiving wilderness, where the sun beats down with relentless fury, a story of despair was unfolding. A magnificent elephant, a true giant of the savannah, had wandered into a deep, muddy pit, a trap laid not by man, but by the cruel whims of nature. For days she struggled, her powerful legs sinking deeper into the thick, clinging mud with every desperate attempt to break free. Her trumpets of distress grew weaker, echoing unanswered through the silent plains. The herd, after a long, sorrowful vigil, had been forced to move on, leaving her to face her fate alone. The hope that had once burned brightly in her intelligent eyes began to dim, replaced by the quiet resignation of defeat. The world around her, once a vibrant home, was now a prison from which there seemed no escape. Her powerful body, now exhausted, slumped against the muddy walls. As the sun began to set, casting long, somber shadows across the land, a profound stillness fell over the pit. The elephant, whose name in the ancient tongue of her kind meant hopeful heart, closed her eyes, her energy completely spent. It was in this moment of absolute surrender, when all seemed lost, that a gentle light began to pierce the encroaching darkness. It wasn't the harsh light of the sun or the pale light of the moon, but something different, something soft and filled with an inexplicable warmth. The light coalesced into a figure standing at the edge of the pit. He was clad in simple white robes that seemed to shimmer with their own luminescence. His face was kind, his eyes filled with a compassion so deep it seemed to understand all the suffering of the world. He radiated a peace that calmed the very air, and as he looked down at the trapped animal, a gentle smile touched his lips. It was Jesus. He didn't speak in a human tongue, but in a language that hopeful heart understood deep within her soul. It was a language of pure love and reassurance. He raised a hand, not in a gesture of command, but of invitation. "Be not afraid," the feeling washed over her, "for you are not forgotten." At his gentle gesture, something miraculous began to happen. The mud, which had been like a stubborn anchor, began to loosen its grip, became soft and yielding, no longer a prison, but a gentle cradle. The elephant felt a surge of strength she hadn't possessed in days, a warmth spreading through her weary limbs, chasing away the cold and the fear. With a renewed spirit, she placed her feet on what felt like solid ground beneath the mire. Jesus simply watched, his presence a beacon of encouragement. He didn't lift her with supernatural force. Instead, he gifted her the strength to save herself. He empowered her. With a mighty push, her front legs found purchase on the edge of the pit. Then, with another great effort, her powerful hind legs followed. She was free. Standing on solid ground, she was caked in mud, but her spirit soared. She turned her massive head toward the figure in white, her large, dark eyes filled with a profound and silent gratitude. She raised her trunk, not in a cry of distress, but in a triumphant, joyful trumpet that echoed across the savannah, a sound of pure celebration and thanks. It was a hymn of praise to the one who had come to her in her darkest hour. Jesus reached out and gently touched her forehead. At his touch, the mud simply fell away, leaving her hide clean and renewed. A sense of profound peace and well-being washed over her, healing not just her physical exhaustion, but the deep despair that had taken root in her heart. He looked into her eyes once more, conveying a message of enduring hope. "Go in peace," the feeling resonated, "and remember that love is the greatest strength of all." He then turned and began to walk away, not vanishing in a flash, but fading gently into the twilight, like a beautiful dream you struggle to hold on to upon waking. His light lingered for a moment before the landscape returned to the soft glow of dusk. Hopeful Heart stood for a long while, watching the spot where he had disappeared. She felt different, changed. It wasn't just that she was free from the pit. She was free from the fear that had imprisoned her. She carried within her now a spark of that divine light, a memory of the unconditional love she had been shown. With a renewed sense of purpose, she turned her head toward the horizon. In the distance, she heard the faint, familiar calls of her family. They had not gone as far as she had feared. They had been waiting, hoping against hope. With another joyful trumpet, she began the steady, powerful walk to rejoin them, her heart full, her steps sure. She was no longer just Hopeful Heart. She was a living testament to the fact that even in the deepest pits of despair, help can arrive and faith in its purest. Form can move mountains, or in this case, lift an elephant from the mud. Her story would become a legend whispered on the wind, a reminder that we are never truly alone. This story, whether you see it as a parable or a literal account, holds a powerful message for all of us. How often do we find ourselves trapped in our own pits of mud? Pits of doubt, of sadness, of loneliness, or of fear. We struggle, we exhaust ourselves, and sometimes we feel like giving up. But this story reminds us to hold on to hope. It teaches us that compassion can appear in the most unexpected of moments, and that true strength isn't just about physical power, but about the love and faith we hold within. The help we receive may not always be a physical hand lifting us out. Sometimes it's a quiet word, a kind presence, or a renewed sense of strength from within that empowers us to take that final step toward freedom ourselves. It's about finding the solid ground beneath the mud. Just like Hopeful Heart, we are all part of a larger family, a community. And when we find our way out of the darkness, our story can become a beacon for others. Our joyful trumpet of triumph can let others know that they too can find their way back. It's a call to look for the light, to accept help when it is offered, and to extend our own compassion to those who are struggling. The essence of this miracle wasn't just about saving one elephant. It was about illustrating a universal truth, that love is a redemptive force, that no creature is too small or too large to be worthy of grace, and that a moment of connection with the divine can change everything. So whatever pit you may find yourself in, remember Hopeful Heart. Remember the gentle light. And never ever stop listening for that call of hope. Thank you so much for joining us for this story today. We hope it brought a little bit of light and inspiration into your day. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more uplifting content. Your support helps us share these messages of hope with the world. We love reading your thoughts, so please share in the comments what this story meant to you. Until next time, go in peace and carry that light with you.